Hello everyone, welcome to our video class section. Here I am taking the chapter Principles of Inheritance and Variations. Okay, so already we discussed this chapter in our classroom section and here I am restarting this chapter, okay, to getting the continuation. So the first topic is here, first we are discussing some genetics terminology. Okay, the terminology, the terms related in genetics. The first one is heredity. What is heredity? Heredity is the process by which characters are transmitted from the parents to the offspring. Okay, we know that we are getting some characters from our parents. Okay, so that type of characters that we get from our parents to offspring, that is known as heredity. And we know the one fact that we are not just exact copy of our parents. We are showing some variation. So the next is variation. Always the sexual reproduction causes variation. Clear it is. So the first term is heredity and the next one is variation. Then the third one is allele. Allele otherwise known as allelomorphs. That means the alternate representation of a character. Alternate representation of a character, that is known as allele or allelomorph. Suppose a character is height. It may be tall or dwarf. Okay, the character is height. It may be a tall or dwarf. So the alternate representation of a character, that is known as allele or allelomorph. And the term allele was coined by William Bateson. Clear it is. The next term, the most important term is gene. Gene, the term is coined by Johansen. Okay, so we know that gene is the structural unit. Okay, structural unit of hereditary. Next is phenotype. Phenotype and the genotype. These two terms are coined by Johansen. Johansen also coined the term gene. Okay, so what is the phenotype? Phenotype means the morphological appearance or physical appearance or character. Okay, that is known as phenotype. For example, tall, dwarf, like that. Okay, genotype is genetical constitution of an organism. How genetically the organism makeup or genetical makeup of the organism, that is known as genotype. For example, for a character height, okay, we are using the English alphabets for using this tallness, capital T. So here I am writing capital T, capital T. Why I am writing this two T's? Because alleles are seen in pairs. Okay, so I can represent tall in capital T and also in capital T, small t. In heterozygous condition also I can represent this height. Okay, so the tallness I can represent both in homozygous condition and heterozygous condition. But the expression, the genotypes are different but the expression is same. So genotype is the genetical constitution of the organism. Okay, the next term is homozygote. Homozygote means if the two alleles for a particular character are identical. The two alleles, I said you an example that for a homozygous trait I can use, for a tallness I can use capital T, capital T. For dwarf I can represent small t, small t. Okay, like that. Then heterozygous means capital T, small t. Okay, it indicates tallness but genetically it is not a tall character. Okay. The next term is dominant. Dominant means which character, which expressing. Okay. That is dominant. And what is recessive? Opposite of the dominant is recessive. Which one is hiding? Okay, when a pair of contrasting characters are brought together in a hybrid but remain hidden. Okay, hiding that character is recessive. Clear it is. So we discussed 10 important terms of genetics terminology. The next is monohybrid cross. Mono means what? Single. Hybrid means combination. Okay. If we are using only one character for a cross, that is known as monohybrid cross. If we are choosing two characters, that is known as dihybrid cross. Clear it is. So mono means single and di means two. Okay. Next is Mendelian inheritance. Mendelian inheritance. Who is Mendel? The father of genetics is Gregor John Mendel. Okay, he conducted his hybridization experiments on garden pea. The scientific name of garden pea is Pisum sativa. For 7 years, he conducted his experiments in Pisum sativum for 7 years, and he proposed the laws or principles that is known as Mendelian principles or Mendelism. Okay, why Mendel chose pea plant for his studies? because the pea plant having large sampling size. Okay, then confirmation of inferences from the experiments on successive generation. Then the Mendel chose pea plant. He chosen the contrasting characters. Contrasting characters means opposite characters. So these are the merits why the Mendel chose pea plant for his experiment. Okay. The term genetics was coined by William Bates, and father of genetics is Gregor John Mendel. Mendelian inheritance have some merits and also demerits. Clear? Demerits means at that time, okay, Mendel conducted his experiments in 1860 to 1863. So at that time, it is not the people in people in particular area, they were not believe that statistical approach or mathematical approach can included in biology, and Mendel also can give a typical proof for his conclusions. Clear it is? Mendel conducted artificial or cross-pollination experiments using several true breeding garden pea plants. Okay, but true breeding means the plant that has undergone self-pollination and exhibit stability in traits. Okay, so Mendel chooses 14 true breeding varieties, or otherwise we can say Mendel chooses 7 pairs of contrasting characters. 7 pairs of contrasting characters, and the characters are seed shape. In case of seed shape, the dominant trait is round and the recessive trait is wrinkled. Clear? Next character is seed color. In seed color, the dominant trait is yellow and the recessive trait is green. Next is flower color. In flower color, the dominant trait is violet and the recessive trait is white. The next is pod shape. In this pod shape, the dominant trait is full. Okay. Or inflated, we can say inflated. Then the recessive trait is constricted. In next character is pod color, the dominant trait is green and the recessive trait is yellow. Okay, next is flower. In case of flower position, the dominant trait is axial and the recessive trait is terminal. Then about stem, the dominant trait is tall and the recessive trait is dwarf. Clear it is? So Mendel conducted artificial or cross-pollination using true breeding varieties or characters. Okay, for this Mendel chooses 14 different varieties. Otherwise we can say 7 pairs of contrasting characters, and the characters are stem height. Okay, the dominant one is tall and the recessive dwarf. Then flower position, it is axial and terminal. Axial is dominant and the terminal is recessive. Then flower color, one is violet. Violet is the dominant one and the recessive is white. Then next is pod shape. Pod shape is inflated. Okay, inflated or constricted. Constricted is, what is constricted? Constricted means it is a recessive trait. Okay. Then pod color, dominant is green and the recessive one is yellow. The seed shape is dominant is round and the seed shape recessive is wrinkled. And the seed color dominant is yellow and the recessive trait is green. Clear it is. So these are the features chosen by Mendel for his studies. Okay, he conducted his experiments on pea plant. Okay, and the time he will taken to his experiment is 7 years. Clear it is. Next we are discussing monohybrid cross. Okay. Okay, next is inheritance of one gene or monohybrid cross. Here we are taken only one character of the parent. Okay, and here I am taking the character tall. Okay, one parent is tall and the other one is dwarf. Okay, tall we can represent the symbol capital T, and the small we can represent, dwarf we can represent small t. Okay, so these are the genotype. Okay, this capital T, small t is the genotype of the parents. From this we can choose gametes or separate gametes. Okay, so we know that the alleles are seen in pair, so we can separate the capital T is a one pair. Okay, so we can take one gamete from it, so that is capital T, and here that is small t. So we can cross this capital T with small t. We get the heterogametic condition, capital T, small t. That is our F1 generation. So our F1 generation is heterozygous condition. Okay, but the parents are in homozygous condition. Okay, then the Mendel allowed the F1 hybrid to self-pollination. That means the capital T small t crosses with another capital T small t plant. Okay, so here we are taking, here it is not possible to take any one of the gamete. Okay, because the parents are heterozygous. So we have to take two gametes. Okay, so we are taking capital T and the small t. Okay, so we are putting this in a square method. This is known as Punnett square or checkerboard method. Reginald C. Punnett proposed this method. So this is known as Punnett square method. Okay, so here we are writing the gametes of one parent. Here we are writing the gametes of the another parent. Okay, so here capital T and capital T. So crossing between these two characters, capital T, that is homozygous. Okay, tall. And capital T, small t, that is heterozygous, tall. So we get the conclusion that in case of monohybrid, we get the phenotypic ratio 3:1. That means 3 are tall and the 1 is dwarf. Clear it is. So, but in phenotypic ratio, they were not in equal. Capital T, 1 population in 1, and capital T, small t, that we are getting 2, and small t that we are getting in 1. So out of this 4, 1 character is dominant. Okay, and the 1 is recessive, and the 2 is next to 2 is heterozygous condition. Okay, so majority, the dominant characters are expressing. So on this basis, on the basis of the inheritance of one gene or monohybrid cross, Mendel proposes law of dominance. Clear it is. Mendel proposed 3 laws related to Mendelian inheritance. The first law is law of dominance. The law of dominance states that the expression of only one of the parental character in a monohybrid cross in the F1 and the expression of both in F2. Okay, clear it is. So Mendel can't be explained, it is a gene. Mendel explained it is a fact. So that is the limitations of Mendel's or Mendelian inheritance. Clear it is. Next we are discussing test cross. Test cross means a cross involving homozygous recessive trait. Homozygous recessive trait and unknown genotype. So the test cross is always used to get the genotype of the unknown parent. Clear it is. What is test cross? Test cross is a cross involving homozygous recessive trait and the unknown genotype. So this test cross is always help to find out the genotype of the unknown parent. Then here I am wrote back cross. Okay, you can see what is back cross. Back cross means the F1 hybrid. The F1 hybrid crosses with any one of the parent. Okay, not saying dominant or recessive. Any one of the parent, that is back cross. Clear it is. So Mendel proposed Mendelian inheritance. Mendelian inheritance included 3 theories. Okay, the first theory is based on monohybrid cross, and he also proposed test cross and back cross. Clear? Okay, the next law that is law of segregation. Next law is law of segregation, otherwise it is known as law of purity of gametes. This law states that an individual receives one factor from each of his or her parents. Okay, respect to a particular trait, they do not blend or mix with each other. Suppose a parent is a tall and the other parent is a dwarf. Okay, according to Mendel, there have been no chance for forming the intermediate. Okay, child. Either it is a tall child or a dwarf one. Okay, medium it is not possible according to Mendel. Okay, so what that is law of segregation or law of purity of gametes, and we know that this law having some exceptions. Okay, that we discuss later. So in 1884, Mendel died. Okay, so after his death, three scientists, Hugo de Vries, Karl Correns, Erich von Teschmark, okay, they rediscovered Mendelian principles of inheritance. Clear it us. The three scientists' names are Hugo de Vries, Karl Correns and Erich von Teschmark. They rediscovered Mendel's work. Clear?